Hey yo, rest easy, my bro Murdah. You heard? I dug up a unreleased exclusive for y'all. You heard? I finally got into my old laptop. You know, I got about 5 Mac laptops that I've been through, but I got into one of my old Mac laptops and I dug up this interview. You heard? And it's fire. Rest in peace, my bro. You know he one of the goats, if not the goat, on this channel. So check this joint. It's a movie. That's a fact.
Yeah, move, you got to bring it to me right because you know you're dealing with a man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I'm in a room, you know, with anybody. You know what I'm saying? With Hitler, Obama, with, you know what I'm saying? El Chapo, you know what I'm saying? Supreme, or I don't care who's I'm in the room with. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking the room with them. It don't make a difference who you is, what, you know, news channel they been on, how many bodies they got, how well they know about what dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, son. So, what happened in that federal jail that you was like one of the only New York niggas
Oh,
in?
son. Oh, son, yeah, son. Boy, I gotta tell you about Warsaw. Warsaw, son. That's Warsaw is is a county jail, right, in Warsaw, Virginia. So they call it actually Warsaw, but it's really not called Warsaw. Most people from like people that be going there from like the big cities in the little counties. Like a lot of people there from Richmond, Virginia. A lot of people in there from Newport News, uh, of Norfolk, all of the people be up in there. But it be federal. It's like a federal hold. It's a real county jail, but I guess they hold federal inmates. They got a contract with the feds to hold federal inmates, and they treat us a little different from the way that they treat the regular detainees, like the local guys or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like basically like the way that they even charge us for like medical, like we go to medical, we get charged for medical and stuff like that. We got to pay for certain stuff in there. Um, and it's the same. It's called in RJ, or Northern Neck Regional Jail. And I went there when I caught my Fed case. That's where they originally sent me to as a detainee, as a for pre-trial. And when I went up in that joint, I went up in the first unit I went up in. It was like a big dorm. It was like a reception dorm. I think it was called Q Mod, right? I was up in Q Mod, right? And I was up in there, and it was kind of big, and it was dormitory style um function. And you know how we don't really like dorms like that. You know what I'm saying? You can rock with them, but you know how it is. Especially as a new joint, you out of town. It's a dormitory, people walking around in bed while you sleep, and you don't know these dudes. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really like it, but I know that I'm a dude that thrive in a prison setting because I done did state bids and stuff like that. So this is me. I'm catching this bid. I'm coming in here at, at an age like 30 years old. You feel me, son? So I'm already experienced, convict. I'm an experienced con. And a lot of these dudes is, you know how it is, they be new detainees. Dudes is catching cases for the first time a lot. But a lot of us who did probably had state cases or even criminal cases in, city jails and stuff like that. This is their first time experiencing being locked up in a federal holding pen or being locked up with a federal charge. It's a whole different experience. But at the same time, detainees is detainees, prison is prison once you get there. Later for the charges or what system and you in, prison is prison. So basically I was up in that joint, and me, since I thrive in, you know, um environments like, like the island, like upstate New York, places where, it go down. And being that I thrive in them environments, I know a little county jail really couldn't hold me or detain me. It could detain me as far as, being locked up there, ball and chain, but as far as like contain me, like contain my, my animalistic behavior and my need to dominate my environment.
Niggas say, y'all could detain me, but y'all can't contain me.
Yes. Right? So I basically went in there and I was in that QMAR thing, and I didn't really like the way it was going down, but it wasn't nothing. It was like, it was like kiddie camp. They had the little phone situation there. It wasn't really nothing with the phones. I was able to, basically bully my way onto the little phone at, prime time, because regardless of the whole thing about a phone system, wherever you at, is about being able to use the phone during prime time. You know that. That's where, that's what separates the boys from the men.
They shit was banging straight out?
Nah, they joint wasn't banging straight out, but that don't mean nothing. In any system, that don't mean nothing. You still got, even if you pay for the joint, you still want to have access to the phone.
Exactly.
It don't make a difference. You pay for it. When the phone started paying out, that didn't mean nothing before dudes learned how to rock it and what's the name and beat the system and all of that. When they had to pay for it and all of that, dudes still had slot time. Ain't nothing changed. Just because they put a quarter slot on a doggone phone, they ain't changed. People still pay. I'll go like that. So
fucking rain is raining out my shit and down and not and
something
hitting
in HDM dudes used to have time. Remember, if you was in HDM, dudes used to have slots on the collect phone.
Nah. Even when that shit, at the end of the day, everybody ain't, even when the shit was banging out straight, when they had the collect system, everybody ain't know how to make it bang out straight.
Yeah, so
I had that shit down to a science. You feel what I'm saying? So once I get on that shit, nigga, I that shit'll bang out forever.
Alright.
You feel what I'm saying? Like,
so the whole thing is dominance still counts in any environment. You know what I'm saying? We already know that, how like I always say, man, whatever rules apply in the criminal underworld apply in prison, because prison is a microcosm of the criminal underworld. It's straight up, that's what it is. It's an extension of it. It's a microcosm. It's of course the same rules apply. So I was there, and so QMAR wasn't really nothing. It was my first couple of weeks there. I had, a lot of co-defendants on my case, but where I was at, it was mostly the females was there that I had on my case, and they was in a little female pod or whatever, and they was in whatever Q pod or Mod or pod, whatever pods I think they call them, not Mars, but pods. It was in some pod that they used to have to, I think it was E or F, whatever the females was in, and they used to have to walk by like the front of our unit to go to theirs. And our unit, when you walk by, it's all glass, so we could see them. But they used to, because the females worked the kitchen, and since they worked the kitchen, we used to get the trays, we used to pass notes through the trays to the females. And so I was passing notes to my co-defendants through the trays, through the diabetic trays. The people that got diabetic meals, we used to put the notes on their trays or whatever, right? And so dudes had got caught sending some notes. Some dudes that was there. It was this one dude that was there from New York. He was a blood dude. He was from Harlem, but he being booked into, his name was Red Rum, right? Now, Lil Rum, he was there, and son had a case. He was out there with some dudes out there in Richmond, Virginia, getting to their ones or whatever. But he was booked. I can't remember. I think he had a pistol charge. I can't remember exactly what his case was, right? But son was there, and he wound up being up in the Fed joint with me too. But son was there, and me and him he was hollering at one of my co-defendants' homegirls, and so they was sending little kites and stuff like that, and the kites got booked. Somehow the police got them or whatever. Somebody probably ratted them, whatever, they got them, and they start looking at they looked at the names in the kites. And so what they was doing, they was in a joint. Nobody knew they had got popped up until we didn't know. So they was in there listening to the names, And when they was hearing names, they was booking dudes. Like they heard somebody call him Rum. They heard this dude name called, or whoever names was called based on what the notes were saying, signed or whatever. They was booking them. You feel me? But they never booked me. And I sent the note though, but they never booked me. So when they was taking Rum and them, they was taking them and transferring them to another unit. But I was like, shoot, I want to get out this reception unit anyway. And I was like, yo, what's the name? Rum was leaving, and me and Rum was Rum. I was going on visits with Rum because Rum's little broad was coming up, but I had a little broad that Rum broad was bringing up. You know what I'm saying? Was bringing up to see me, but my little broad was riding with Rum broad up to the to Warsaw all the way from Richmond to come see us. But you know the units get visits. Like you know how different units get visits on different days or whatever. So the unit they were sending him to got visits on a different day than my unit. So when we couldn't get, it was gonna make me lose her being able to come up with him. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, I got to get out of here too. So I went and was talking to the police, and I told her, I was so straight, I'm like, yo, listen, they taking my man up out of here. Listen, one of them kites that was sent out was mine. I'm telling you straight up. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, get me about this unit. You feel what I'm saying? And I basically gave myself up like, yo, one of them kites is mine. She was like, one of them was yours. I was like, yeah, get me out this unit. She thought I was bull spitting, you know what I'm saying? But she's like, all right, get you out the unit. But the thing is, they ain't even send me to the same unit with son. You know what I'm saying? So you know I was tight. I did all of that, but the thing is, they sent me all the way. He went to another mod, right? They sent me to a block. See, the mods, the little mods over the little pods or whatever was modules, but then they sent me all the way around the corner to where they had the cell side. You know what I'm saying? No longer on the dormitory side. They sent me to the cell side. So they sent me in. I think this joint was EF. They sent me to F block. I think it's F block. EFD, yeah. I went to F block, right? First. So now F block, I get there, and son, you know, dudes there, they got little crews, they got like dudes, you got different crews, you got the country boys, which be the local county dudes, right? And then you got the dudes, the city dudes that be from like Richmond and Norfolk and Newport News and stuff like that. But you know, Richmond is more dominant in the joint, in that spot. So they got their little, you know, they got their little team. They got, you know, they all mess with each other. Even though, like in a city jail, you know how I go, they be beef, neighborhoods be beefing with neighborhoods. But when they all the way out there in the county jail, they all together. Just like in the feds, like, you know, like dudes from New York, like even like we might be on some Brooklyn Bronx stuff or some Brooklyn Uptown beef or whatever in New York. But when we out of town, New York is New York. You know what I'm saying? We all New York. Some spots be, you know, from upstate New York, you still New York. You know what I'm saying? You run with the New York whip. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you with the New York whip or whatever. You know, so basically they had their little whips or whatever. And so I'm there and ain't really no New York dudes there. Like, so it ain't no real New York car, no whip. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no whip. So it's just like I said, it was when I got to that block, it wound up being one New York dude there. Some young dude, I can't remember his name, just call him Jay. His name was Jay or whatever. He was from Harlem. He's a young dude. I told you he used to be doing mad pull-ups and all of that. So me there, I was there and I was facing all of that time or whatever. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of regressed. Back to my animalistic state, and I became kind of like savage in there. You know what I'm saying? And I seen a lot of weakness in these dudes. So basically, I took advantage of them. You know what I'm saying? I took advantage of them because they didn't really know how to bid. And I know how, you know, people, you know, tend to fear aggression. You feel what I'm saying? They fear aggression or they respect aggression. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, all of that diplomacy, you come in there with diplomacy. You can have diplomacy, but you also got to let a dude know that you willing to split his head. You feel what I'm saying? So you could come in there and demand stuff like, yo, you could come in and but like, yo, bro, I'm not trying to whatever. Strength recognize strength, whatever. But at the same time, if I don't get my way, I'm willing to really put my life on the line for it. And when you come at them like that, dudes be like, hold on, dude's serious, and dudes either going buck or they gonna fold and they gonna try to work something out. And 9 out of 10 times, son, dudes be trying to work something out because even if some dudes there and they might get busy, but they might be like, yo, why mess this up? What we got going? Cause dude want to rock it. Son is a real dude, so we might as well put dude with us. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So that's how I do. Like, yo, you a real dude, and I recognize you a real dude. Come on, son. Matter of fact, this lame dude, I just had him on a jack, but he can. Yo, son, move, bro. Son, you ain't got no time no more. Yo, son, that's your hour now. You feel what I'm saying? So, hey, so it could rock like that. But anyway, I'm getting kind of long-winded on the story. But anyway, I'm up in the joint. Yeah, I know how you rock, right? But anyway, I'm up in the joint, and so, like I said, I was savage. I was on the phone. I kind of like took the phones over, and it was 2 phones, and you used to have to be on the phone, and you dialing out on the phone. You paid for them, don't from money on your books or whatever. So you on the phone, but the calls only last 15 minutes. So I got both phones, but I'm on one phone. When it hit the beep, and about to go off, I pick up the other phone and dial. So she don't gotta hang up. You know what I'm saying? So she's hear me dialing on the other phone, but she click onto the other line, and she clicks onto the other line and accept the call on the other line. Then I hang up that phone and just switch over. So we don't really gotta get off the phone. You feel what I'm saying? So like that. So that's how I had both. So I had both phones like that, rocking them like that, and then I was kind of savage. I used to be there, you know what I'm saying, sitting there with the blanket on me and, acting, boom, you know what I'm saying, getting money on the jack, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, right? Boom, right? So, dudes in there, they was kind of like the Richmond dudes. They knew I caught my case in Richmond, so a lot of them knew who I was from the street or knew of me. So they knew my name. So they're like, oh, okay, you Murdah. Oh, so whatever. So they knew of me or whatever. So they knew who I was or whatever. My case made the news and the papers out there. So, dudes knew who I was or whatever. I was in the city. City ain't all that big. So when you in a little city like that, your name ringing, you doing numbers, your name gonna ring or whatever. So they knew me. So I was cool with some of them. So they kind of like embraced me. So I was messing with some of them. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I still was an outsider. But dudes was respecting me because I was super aggressive. And I took over the little phones, and I took over the TV, and I used to turn the TV off, and I used to take the Monopoly game, and nobody could play the Monopoly game. I had the Monopoly game, all of the games in my room, and my cell, I had them under my bed. My cellie was this Jamaican dude named Colonel. He said he used to live in Far Rockaway, New York, but he had a car shop out of Richmond. You know what I'm saying? Dude named Colonel, older Jamaican dude. He was my cellie. And so we was in there, and so everything was everything. But one day I was messing with this little dude named Shard. He was from Southside in Richmond or whatever. He was my little man. We was cool, but I used to be on what I was on or whatever, my dominance or whatever. So I went out there, and they had the TVs. Now the TVs that they had used to have, they was the ones that still had the back on them with the tube. You feel what I'm saying? They had big TVs, but they were sitting on a big shelf, and they had tubes in them and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they was color TV, they had cable or whatever. But I would go and turn the TV off and tell nobody don't touch the TV, don't turn the TV on. And I take them when they bring in the newspaper, the daily newspaper. I take all the newspapers, the games, all of that stuff be in my cell, and I be in there sleeping. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, don't nobody touch nothing. I get up there and I play Monopoly all by myself and all that. I won't let nobody touch the game. I had them dudes under siege, son. I ain't even gonna lie, right? It's a bad thing, son. And a lot of time I don't be bragging. I be complaining about my behavior. But I had them under siege, son. I ain't even gonna lie, right? Let me spark this ass. So one day, you know what I'm saying, like my man Shaw, like I told you, he my man. He was my little partner, whatever. Me and him used to kick it or whatever. And I seen a little, he used to try to show me his aggression. You know how it is when you're a real dude and dude trying to, he trying to, show me that, like, yo, like, son, I get it in. Like, I'm a real dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was in the street busting my gun. Like, I'm a head buster in the street. These dudes know me. Like, son was a head, because they be having a lot of head busters out there. They be having, they put that work in on a little, with their little pistols out there in the street. Son was a little pistol man or whatever. He's a little gun man. He slang his pistol or whatever. He's a cowboy, I guess. And he wanted me to know that he wanted me to recognize him, because he definitely recognized me. Be about recognition sometimes, not respect. So, I go and I have the TV. I'm mad that day. I just finished. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I went to go play Monopoly. Now I remember. I went to go play Monopoly, and I sat at the table with my Monopoly game. Brought the game out, the unit Monopoly game, and I set out to play it. And I had left it out the other day, and I came and got it, but I didn't know, son. Somebody, because it was kids in there, the young boys or whatever. So, but they know how I get, whatever. They went and they stole the properties, son. They stole the properties, and they must have got rid of them, because I went cell to cell searching for them. You know what I'm saying? They stole the properties. They must have ripped them up and flushed them down the toilet or something, son. You hear me? But they stole the properties, so I couldn't play my Monopoly game, son. They got me, son. They like kept running around here trying to bully us. We got something for his Monopoly playing behind. And they went ahead and they stole my Monopoly property, son. So I couldn't play the game. So I'm peed off now. So I go into my cell. I turn off the TV, punishing the unit. Y'all want to take my properties? Y'all chumps nobody better not touch this TV. Nobody better not touch them phones. I took the phones off the hooks, both phones, but they didn't come off. You know how they be wired to the thing, but I took them off the hook. Like, don't touch them. Don't touch them phones. Don't touch that TV. I better not hear it come on. Don't nothing. Don't ask for the paper, ask for a game or nothing. The whole unit. So they all out there pouting because they ain't got to watch TV. They can't do nothing now, right? And I'm going my cell and go to sleep, right? I'm on the first two floors. Like, boom, it's 2 floors. So I'm on the first floor and I'm in the bed. My cell is the one right by the little shower, little ball junk shower they got, and then right next to it against the wall was the 2 phones, right? But the way the police is out here in these units here, son, they don't be in the units. Like how in New York be, they don't be in the unit. They be behind the glass and you can't even see them. They be in a booth and they be manning like 2 or 3 units. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't even be in the units like that. They come in the unit to do the count. Or when they lock you, they come in the unit, you don't even be in the unit when they come in there. You don't be out the cell. Usually when they come in there, it's when you in the cell. You feel me? Or if they coming up in there because it's a alarm, somebody set an alarm off or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? They don't even come in there to serve when they bring child. They come to the front of the unit. They got a slot that's in the hallway, and they serve you through the slot in the hallway into the unit. You feel me? So the police don't even be in the unit like that. The Western they might come and do a round. They come in there and they walk like with a captain or something like that, or a white shirt, whoever the supervisor is when he come to do a job. That's when they might come in there and walk around the unit, then walk up the stairs or whatever while you're in the unit. That's the only time, matter of fact. So this is how the whole thing happened, right? So I'm mad and I go in the cell and I turn off the TVs and all of that stuff. Like I said, the TV off and all of that. So while I'm in there, I hear the what's the name? I'm in the bed sleep. I hear the TV come on. Now you know how them old TVs are. You could hear them come on and off because tube. You feel what I'm saying? And since it's quiet, so I hear the tube come on, and that joint woke me up my sleep, son. You hear me? So I popped up, get up, and I'm like, yo, who turned the TV on? Come on, my cell. I go over there across the unit. Boom, because the unit kind of small. It's small, but it got 2 floors. It's probably like, and there's 2 men in each cell. Like, was it all 2-man cells? It could have been some 3-man. I don't know, but I know it probably like in that unit, it probably like 60 people, probably 70 people. Let me see, probably like it kind of been at least good 60 to 80 people. I'm not sure, but it was probably 60 people right in that unit. But however it went, they go up. I come out there and I'm like, yo, what's up? Who turned on the TV? Shard is over there. Right, so I see him standing there, and he was like, "Yo, Murder, I was just trying to he was trying to see the scheduling. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know how to, when you come on the schedule, the, like, got that channel where the what they call it, the TV guide,
Yeah.
the TV guide channel. He was trying to see that to see what come on later. So when I turned the TV back on, he know what he wanted to watch or whatever. This is what he's trying to explain to me. I know that now, but at the time I wasn't trying to hear nothing. So I seen TV was on. I got mad. I said, "Oh yeah, y'all want?" I said, "Okay." I went in my room and got a glass of water. Came right back up and poured water in the TV, and the whole thing just blew up. Poof. You hear me, son? Man, on everything, son, I blew up the TV, son. So boom, dudes are in their bodies, son. You know how I be in prison, son. Dudes don't be having nothing but the TV sometimes, son. You feel me? So I just blew up the tube, son. It's bad enough that I was pressing dudes and wasn't letting dudes watch the TV, but at certain times, and I ain't even watch it. You feel me? But I just wanted to show them who was in control, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, the men from the boys, like, yo, I'm the alpha. Like, yo, this is my unit. You know how I go, right? I was an idiot, but at the same time, son, dudes was mad. They was in their body, and so it was a few dudes in there that they respected. They feel like was somebody or whatever. And it was one dude that was there that they was kind of some dude. Can't remember his name. He was from Richmond. He had braids in his hair, whatever, and he was kind of a little stocky dude or whatever. And he, you know what I'm saying? You know how prison dude it be about sometimes about size and stocky dudes and all. You know how it be because dudes be junkies in the street, cold crackheads. They come to prison, you know what I'm saying, eat a couple of hot meals, you know what I mean, and do a couple of push-ups and blow up. You come to the county and they got the joint under siege, you know what I'm saying? But in the streets, they smoking more crack, and you could put your foot up there behind or whatever than a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You know how that used to be. So dudes be a little puffed up, and you don't know, they might be junkies in the street, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing, but dude was kind of puffed up or whatever. But I'm gonna tell you this thing: they was mad or whatever, and when they was mad or whatever, they was all running around the unit acting stupid, you know, saying whatever they was saying. But then the whole thing came at the what's name came in the unit for a round, the white shirt or whatever. And when the white shirt came into the unit, they had handed her some notes. Was abroad. Now the thing is, they handed her some notes. I peeped the whole move, but the thing is, I had went upstairs and made rounds myself early, just try to get the check the temperature of dudes after I did what I did. So I went to one cell, and this dude, he was from Richmond. He was kind of cool with me. This dude named Bobo, and he was from Southside. And son had a couple of dudes up in his room. And they was all up in there, and son, you know, he was a dude. He was getting a little paper in the street. He had a Fed charge. He was getting a couple of dollars or whatever, and dudes knew who he was or whatever. But you know, son wasn't no alpha. Son wasn't like, you know, he could probably been the dude that bust his gun in the street and all of that. But son, not a, you know, he's not. You know, when you separate him from that, he's not a gorilla. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. Son ain't really like that, really, in that type of setting. He can't dominate that type of setting. Like, his masculinity is not like, you know, for real, son. Like, you know, he's not a fag or nothing, but son, I do, but son doesn't. He's like, if I'm in the room with him, he's gonna know, like the 99% of the, you know, male population, they're gonna know either that I'm their equal or I'm their superior. You feel what I'm saying? So if I'm in a room with men, it's like, you're gonna, like, I'm gonna recognize you. Like, if you're alpha, I'm gonna recognize like you're a man and you're alpha, and you deserve all of the respect, and and I know that if I bring you a move, I gotta bring it to you right. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna know if you're gonna bring me a move, you gotta bring it to me right, because you know you're dealing with a man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I'm in a room, you know, with anybody. You know what I'm saying? With Hitler, Obama, with, you know what I'm saying, El Chapo, you know what I'm saying, Supreme, or I don't care who's I'm in the room with. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking the room with them. It don't make a difference who you is, what, you know, news channel they been on, how many bodies they got, how well they know about what dudes, Big Meech, Little Meech, whoever. You feel what I'm saying? I'm in a room with you. You're going to recognize that you're in a room with a man, and I'm going to grab my nuts and be like, yo, what's up? And you're going to be like, yo, what's up? And I'm going to be like, yo, what's up? And you're going to be like, yo, son, is a dude. I'll be like, yo, if you a dude, I'll be like, yo, son is a dude. Or I'll be like, yo, son ain't really that dude. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to recognize if you ain't really that dude when, you know what I'm saying, you ain't hiding behind the mask. You feel me? When you ain't hiding by the mask or the reputation or the misperception or whatever type of perception you have out there in society to make people to believe you are. I'm gonna see who you are when I'm in the room with you and look you in your eyes. I'm gonna know if I'm dealing with a soldier, a general, or just a peasant. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how it goes. So anyway, to move on, I was in the joint, and so when them dudes seen what was going on, and I seen them up in there, and they was congregating, son. And I'm like, yo, these people congregating, bro. And I'm like, yo, it ain't nothing done with they in there. I walk by and go downstairs. And I'm gonna, bro, come in. Somebody handed one of the dudes hand. They sent the little soldier, and he's handed the broad the notes. So I'm looking at it because they supposed to be like cop, you know, like a call out slip, like you putting in the slip, like to see medical, or you need to put in the slip to go to library. It was them type of slips, but they wrote notes on them, and they gave her the stats. So I said something funny. So she walking up the steps, she reading them as she walk up the steps on everything, son. I'm walking behind her, son, reading the notes, but looking at her behind. The people see me, but nobody saying nothing. They like, oh shoot, he walking behind her. She looking at the notes. I'm over her shoulder, so she don't even see me. I'm looking at the notes with her. I'm reading the notes, son. They in the notes saying all type of stuff about me, son. They talk about that I be on the phones, don't let nobody use the phones, and I be on the phones masturbating. That I'm the one that what's the name, broke the TV. That I be in there trying to extort people, which was lies, saying that I be bullying people, which was true, right? But but they were saying all type of stuff, son. And I'm looking at them because she's going through it, and I'm reading them, son. I'm looking at them. I'm like, these dudes just actually told on me right there in front of my face, passed notes on me. So I'm like, oh shoot. So she go and she leave out the unit. So when she leave out the unit, you already know, I'm peed off now, son. I am mad. So I'm trying to see when did these dudes go and get this dude up. Okay, so now, after I broke the TV, did the broad come before? She came after that, but these dudes, when did they try to jump me, bro? Okay, this is when they try to jump me. So now, these dudes, after the broad leave and all of that, you know what I'm saying? I give my little speech or whatever about these dudes going to the police on me. And I'm like, oh yeah, y'all going to police on me? Whatever. So these dudes go and they go and the dude that I told you, he just came in. I don't know where he came from, court or medical, whatever. He came in. So they go to him, and next thing you know, all of them dudes come out. All of them dudes start putting on their little shoes. You know, they be walking around with slippers and stuff on. So they start putting little shoes on, because you could bring. That's the only you be in striped suits there. You be in the stripes. You know what I'm saying? Like on like a real prisoner, like with the black and white stripes.
Yeah.
You have those on, but with your regular footwear. That's how they dress you in that county. You have your street footwear, but with the stripe, two-piece, like pants and shirt, the stripe joints, the black and white stripes. So dudes start throwing on their shoes and all of that. So I was like, okay, they want some smoke. So they like, yo, we tired of you. We tired of you. They was coming up to me, we tired of you. You getting out of here. You getting out of here. So my cell was on the first floor in the corner, like I told you. So I was like, yo, come on then. So I backed up in my cell, and I was like, anybody want to bring it? Come on, anybody want? I told them, son, listen, because this is the situation. So I ain't even have no knife, son, but let me show you something. I told these dudes, because now you in the cell door is small, so you know how a cell door be sometimes the size of a regular door. It be cell, but then the door part where you gotta come into, it be a regular size door. So I'm like, yo, anybody step through this door, because I'm in my cell is kind of big. I'm like, the first dude come through this door, I'm putting out. I said, whoever come through this door, one by one, as y'all come through, y'all getting put out. You know what I'm saying? Because the cell is big enough for me to move, but it's too small for dudes to really rush me up in there. So when you come in there, you have to walk through that door. You have to run right into my fist. You feel me? on my foot. So you coming in there, son, you're gonna get beat up for one at a time. So dudes, they didn't want the smokes, but they all outside my door, just huffing and puffing. Like, we're gonna get you. Like, I'm like, these dudes is really funny. So they got but now listen, son, but it's everybody. It's the country boys, the Richmond dudes. It's everybody together. You feel what I'm saying? I don't see Shaw with them, but he, him and Bobo cool because they both from Southside. But Shaw know what it is, though, because son was already mad because he the one that made me blow the TV out, and he knew that. He came to my cell, was like, "Yo, son," after I blew it out, he's like, "Yo, bro, man, I'm the one that turned on the TV. That's when he told me I was just trying to see the schedule, what's the name, the TV schedule, son, so I could see whatever. And I was like, son, I don't care, son, but if you do that, son, you're gonna make dudes think that anybody could do it, son. And then, you know what I'm saying, then what, son? Then I look like a fool. Then I look powerless, because if I go and I say that nobody touch it, then somebody touch it and I don't do nothing, son, then I'm faking a move, son. I can't put something out there and don't follow through. You know how that goes, son. You feel what I'm saying? That's like you tell son, like, yo, you take the phone off the hook, like, yo, if anybody touch this, first dude touch this, I'm gonna put that knife in them. Now, what happened if somebody touches, son? What you suppose? You got it. You force. You just, son. If you don't do it, son, that's it. Your brain is over, son.
Yeah, it's like when you step up to the plate as a baseball player, and
Yeah.
you point your bat like you gonna hit a home run. Now you gotta hit that home run, nigga.
You gotta hit the home. You can't be the Babe Ruth and point at the stands and don't come through, and you come through with a ground rule double, son. Nah, dudes ain't looking at you like, yo, son, your brain on top was short like Leprechaun, bro. It's over. You feel me? So I was like, yo, man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going, you know what I mean? I'm gonna take care of the situation, and that's why I blew up the TV or whatever. Dudes ain't like it or whatever. So now they got me in the cell, and I'm in the cell. I'm like, Colonel over there, he in the cell with me. He's like, yo, Star, yo, Murdah, you wild, yo, you have the people outside the cell, and yo, you wild, yo. I'm like, yo, Colonel, shut the F up, bro. I'm like, yo, son, I'm gonna beat these dudes up. You gonna help me? I'm trying to like, yo, you gonna help me, old man, or what? You sitting there talking about bringing drama to the cell, man. Shut up before I beat you up. But son was alright, though. You know what I'm saying? But the other dude from New York, son had came through, was like, yo, son, what's up? I was like, yo, because after that, they was ready to lock dudes down for child. But dudes never came to the cell. They fell back or whatever, and they fell all the way back, like they seen it when nothing happened. So they calmed down or whatever. Dudes was thinking the police was gonna come because dudes be on camera, even though police don't be in the unit. So they was about to bring child. So now they blink the lights in the unit or whatever, let dudes know they got to go in their cell because they about to get ready for child or whatever. So you go in your cell for a quick second while that's set up outside. Then you come out and you line up at the window to get your food. So when they open the cells right back open, we out. Young boy from New York come through, and he come through and he's like, yo, Murdah, yo, this is what the business is. He's like, yo, he let me know, like, yo, son, I seen anything that popped off. Like, yo, son, if you know what I'm saying, pop off, son, I'm gonna go with you. And I ain't really know something like that, but we was cool, you know what I'm saying, because we both from the town. And I'm like, all right, cool, son, if that's what you want to do, son, but, son, I'm going to handle these dudes, bro. I said, yo, I just want you to hold me down, because it was a dude in there, and his name was Blue, right? And Blue was from the county, but, son, used to kick it with me like he was cool with me. All of them did. You feel what I'm saying? But on the low, son won't run in them notes because I've seen his name on the note. But dudes were signing the notes, you know what I'm saying? And I seen his name on one of the notes. I seen his government. So I was like, dudes signed the slips, their names. So I was saying their names. So I know son wrote one of the notes. So I was like, yo, I'm going to get son. I'm like, I'm going to get him. I'm going to put him out. You know what I'm saying, son? And that time I was young, strong, bold still. You know what I'm saying? So I know if I touch something, you know what I'm saying, with the tip of my knuckles, that it's going out. You feel what I'm saying? I know I was going to I'm not going to beat him up. I'm going to knock him out, son. I'm going to knock him. I know I'm going to knock, because I'm going to go. He going to think ain't nothing. He going to be standing there, and I'm just going to steal him. And if I steal you, you're going out. This ain't no say. If I steal you, you don't go outside wrong with me, bro. You feel what I'm saying, bro? So I know I'm going flat, son. I'm going to flatline him. So I'm like, told son, I'm like, yo, so I'm going to flatline the dude Blue. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to just line him up. I'm going to line him up. When I line him up, and you're going to see me line him up, and then I'm going to put him out. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. So I said, and whatever happened from there is what happened. So when everybody came out, whatever, son was over there sitting at the table, like at the table playing chess or whatever with somebody. They was all out there, whatever. Ain't no TV in there. I done broke the TV, so they out there playing little games or whatever. So I go out there and because I done whatever. I done that. Some of the games out there. Already. Because I told you I used to have the games, but I had let some of the games out there, whatever. So they were playing with them, chess, checkers, and stuff like that. But the Monopoly game was going, the TV game was going, or whatever. So he was over there sitting down at the table like he was playing chess. So I went over there and I was trying to line him up. And like I was standing over him to like line him up where I could just look at his jaw, just like get a direct, straight, nice power, punch with jaw where I know I'm going to shake his brain in his head and he going to go to sleep and everybody going to be like, yo, you got knocked up. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I'm a night son, right? Like, so, boy, I'm a night him. So, I was trying to line him up, but son figured he felt the tension. So when I was trying to line him up, he got up from the table, right? When he got up from the table and he was sitting down at the table with the dude that I told you that they was all respected, they thought they was going to move behind him. And since they was going to move behind him, like they had some strength with him. So he was sitting down at the table and dude got up. Instead of, I didn't even steal him. So I just said, you know what? I sat down with dude at the table and I was like, yo, bro, let me tell you something, bro. I don't know why these dudes is all up in your ear bringing you like it's some drama because I broke the TV. Yeah, I broke the TV because them dudes stole my Monopoly pieces. I said, but did you know that these dudes, did they tell you they dropped notes? Did you know that these dudes went to the police on me? I said, bro, if you a real dude, bro, and you know that these dudes went to the police on me and you don't honor that, bro, don't go out with these dudes. So don't become my enemy over these dudes, bro. And you know these dudes ain't right, bro. And you know that. You feel me? So dude was like, word. I'm like, yeah, bro, they both know, because he didn't even know that part. Remember I told you, just came in from wherever he came from, court or whatever. So, dude was like, the dude, Blue, he like up to Bobo. Talking about, yo, Bobo. Bobo came up because he was on sex line, like, yo, what's up? He said, yo, did I write one of them notes? He's like, nah, Blue, you ain't write one. Like, come on, bro. Y'all would have been in a cell together. Now, like, he know who wrote what note or whatever. So I'm like, whatever, man. He's like, you ain't right when I ain't trying to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? So son sat back down, and when son sat back down, I said, yo, son, word up, son. So he sat back down on the other side of the table. So all three of us sit at the table now. So I'm like, yo, son, this dude right here, son is a cold punk. He's a broad, and I will beat you up. And so, right, and I told him that straight up at the table with dude there, and told him like, yeah, I know dude, but I'm letting you know, son, dude with dude, but I'm letting you know he's a broad, and I'll beat him up. And son was like, what? He said, yo, he told dude, he said, yo, you gonna let dude just talk to you like that, bro? He's like, no, man, what's up? So he got up like he wanted to fight or something like that. As soon as he got up, I just got up and rushed him. Bing, bing, scooped him up, slammed him, boom. And when I slammed him, he tried to get up, I caught him, boom. You know what I'm saying? Dropped them again. And when I was doing that, I seen everybody from my peripheral and from both my, everybody started throwing their shoes on now. All of the dudes that was with them earlier, all of them dudes started, lacing up again. You know what I'm saying? Like they was trying to jump me. So now I'm like, oh shoot, they gonna try to jump me. So after I did that, I backed up. But I'm on the other side of the unit, not with my cell, at another dude's cell. So I don't even know whose cell it is. I back up in his cell though. The cell on the other corner. And dude come over there with me now. The other young boy, the young boy from New York, remember? He said he gonna go out with me. So son right there. So we there in the whole unit now, them dudes got us surrounded again. Now me and dude cells. I'm like, yo, like I said before, bro, whoever wanna come, just bring it, son. Just bring it. So they all like there faking move, and they just standing there. But Blue hitting them like, come on, tapping them like on some kid stuff, like tapping them. They got us around, and he tapping like, yo, come on, let's get him. I'm like, yo, come on. So he's like, you know what? He didn't want no smoke. He backed up, and then he said something to do with me. They're like, you Jay, you need to mind your business, cause dude's ready to do something to you anyway. But you don't got nothing to do with this. So he's like, what? Who you talking to, Blue? I'm talking to you. He said, so what's up? What you trying to do? So Blue like, what's up? So now they start fighting. Now the tension is off of me.
He said that to who? To the kid that was going out with you?
Yeah, he said that to him. Like, yo, dude trying to see you anyway, you need to mind your business. Dude trying to see you anyway, because they feel like son from New York and son is in my business. And they like, he don't got nothing to do with it, he should mind his business. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But son like, yo, whatever. And he's like, yo, whatever y'all trying to do. So he said, I'm trying to, so son and him ready to square off. So they said, okay. I said, so you want to square off with son? I said, son, beat him up. So he starts squaring off with son now. Now I done, but you see, I done already trounced him real quick in a split second. Boop, boop, bop, boop. And now he about to fight son. But son is a little slim dude, son. And son is kind of, he cut up, but he's slim. Like I told you, we doing mad pull-ups. That's how I met. He was doing mad pull-ups in the spot off of the, tear and all of that, stairs and all of that. So, son square off with him though. So son kind of fast, son, but son the country boy, he got to know that country strength, right? So son kind of like dominating him with the strength, throwing blows at him. They're like, yeah, Blue. He throwing blows at him, and the blows he throwing is haymakers, and they kind of like, they not catching some, but you could tell they like rocking some, like moving him back. Like his strength is like he more powerful than son. He's like overpowering them, but then son is throwing them little jabs at him, trying to hit him, but he missed. So they like, yeah, Blue, get him. Blue, don't mad blows at him, trying to rush him. So then Blue go, and they wound up grabbing each other. And then when they grabbed each other, they twisted around, and they fell on top of one of the tables. One of the, the food, the tables in the unit, they fell on top of the table. When they fell on top of the table, they twisted around so fast, they fell on it. When they fell on it with all their weight, it happened to be Blue on the bottom. So the wind got knocked out of him. You feel me? So when the wind got knocked out of him, they got him off the table. You could see he was kind of like windy because he used up a lot of his strength, and then the wind got knocked out of him, so he was tired. And son caught him, bop. And dude's like, oh shoot, then son caught him again, bop, bop, bop. It looked crazy, son. Son just started tagging him, son. I'm like, oh shoot, son was just catching him, son. Son was catching him, bing, 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 just catching him. And the son went over there, they brought a phone. Son grabbed the phone off the hook and caught him with the phone. But while it was still attached to the wire, but they by the phone, and just grabbed and caught him, bop, with the phone. And they was like, no, you can't use it in the weapon. You can't use nothing. So they all rushed over there. So I rushed over, like, nah, break it up, then break it up. So then they all broke it up, whatever, boom. And the joint was, the joint was done with. Son went ahead and got beat up by both of us, basically that day. Dudes didn't want no more smoke. I broke the TV. All of that stuff was done, right? And I'm thinking that it's all a done deal. But the next day, the police come and they take me to the shoe, of course. You feel what I'm saying? They take me to the shoe, and I go to the shoe, and they's like, yo, people saying that, the stuff that was in the thing, saying that I'm the one to go to TV, and I was doing all of this and doing all of that or whatever. And, I was in a joint, but the shoe was sweet there. Anybody ever been to in RJ, Warsaw, Northern Neck Regional, they'll tell you the shoe, you got phones in your cell. You feel me, son?
That's crazy.
You got phone in your cell in the shoe and E-block. So, but it's crazy. They got two shoes, and one shoe is sweet, and the other one is like torture. The other one, they take all your property, everything from you, give you nothing but a piece of paper and a pencil, a half a pencil, a Bible, one of the little hand Psalm Bibles, one sheet of paper a day with a half a pencil. You don't get no envelope or nothing. They just give you that. You don't get your books, your legal work. You don't get nothing. You don't get no property, nothing.
That's nuts. So they just sent you to the box and you still...
Yes. Oh no, I went to the box. I was in the box. Who winds up coming in there? Shard. He winds up coming in. He's my cellie. And we talking about the situation or whatever. So whatever, I wound up getting out the box or whatever. I do whatever time they gave me in the box or whatever. They try to get me to try to pay for the TV and all of that sucker stuff. Whatever. But dude, he took a light on me or whatever because I was a federal prisoner or whatever. And it was a little county jail. Dude took a light on me, and they put me in another unit. They wound up sending me to another unit that they, thought was probably a little bit tougher. It was D block or whatever, D pod. I went up in there, and it was my regular self. And as soon as I stepped in there, I established. Myself immediately. You already know with the jack and with the, with the little dominance in the unit, whatever made my, presence known. And so dudes was there. They was, respecting me and honoring me or whatever. And at that time, I thought I could play a little bit of basketball, right? And we went to this little gym. And this county jail, right, it was it was DC dudes there too. It was one dude that had his whole unit. It was dude from DC dudes now too. I met the dude, his name was Kevin Gray. Like he kind of like a legend out there in DC. DC dudes, they'll know him. His name is Kevin Gray. He had his own unit in Warsaw because I guess he was like the dangerous dude in the streets, and they felt that, they couldn't have him in DC jail, and that they wanted to monitor him because they felt that he was making hits or calling hits over the phone and all type of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So he was there with his own unit, and they
What you
had a
mean
little
his own unit? He was the only inmate in the whole unit?
the whole unit. They him his own unit. Everybody know if they was ever in Warsaw back in 2001, 2002, they'll tell you that in 2003 they'll tell you that Kevin Gray was in Warsaw and he had his own unit. They couldn't have him. They separated him from everybody. They took him out of DC jail, brought him there, and had him separate from everybody. He had his own unit in Warsaw. And I met him. I talked to him and all of that. He don't look like he wound up being up north, not up north, but in the feds with me when I was in Terry Hut. He was over in Terry Hut in the pen. But if you see the dude, like, how you be hearing about dudes and you be picturing them in your mind because you hear their reputations, and then when you see them, they don't really fit the description. You feel what I'm saying? So one of them type dudes. He don't really fit the description of his reputation. Like when you see him, he look like a nerdy dude, big old head, glasses, big glasses on and stuff like that. And son was like a super gangster out there in the streets, like really, you know what I'm saying, about his work.
I'm gonna give y'all a jewel. In life, you get what you pay for. Bottom line. You want to be seen by thousands of people? Pay me for some promo, and I'll make sure thousands of people know who you be. And that's a fact. Simple as that.